The crew of an anti-aircraft unit begins preparations for a night hunt against Russian Shahed kamikaze drones at sunset. Their combat weapon is mounted on a cargo truck. They say their trusted companion has never let them down. It's quite popular in your brigade?
Yes, this is Kraken. It's not just a Zeal truck, it's Kraken for us. It's a custom build, a skilled mechanic turned a Zeal into this.
The crew moves out to their firing positions, which change daily depending on the trajectory of Russian drones. Their work is often carried out in open fields under the night sky.
Expecting drones to follow the same route every day is foolish. Every day we analyze where they are flying. The enemy chooses areas where it's harder to deploy air defense and mobile fire teams, like valleys and rivers.
The servicemen say that Russian forces determine launch routes based on reconnaissance data, so the enemy must not be underestimated. But Ukrainian intelligence is keeping up. As soon as the crew reaches their position, they receive information about drone launches from temporarily occupied territories.
Guys, we just got information from our reconnaissance. We have the launch time and location. Estimated arrival at...
Is that in our direction?
Yes, that's in our direction.
According to the servicemen, the enemy can launch drones from as close as 50 kilometers away. A Shahed drone flies at speeds between 120 and 180 kilometers per hour. The soldiers say you can hear the engine of an approaching Shahed from up to 5 kilometers away. We are listening carefully while the crew prepares for action. Despite the complete darkness, the crew remains alert. Recently, Russian forces have frequently used Molnia strike drones in the Lyman direction. These UAVs can carry anti-tank mines over distances of several dozen kilometers.
Molnia is practically built from makeshift materials. Many components look like they were 3D printed by school children.
It's not easy to shoot down a drone like this, but it's possible. Recently, the crew managed to down a Russian ZALA Lancet loitering munition. There's work every day as Shahed drones are appearing in the skies more frequently.
Before, only 2 or 3 drones would fly through our sector. Now it can be 8 to 10 at a time. And this is just one small section of the front that we are covering. Their numbers have increased dramatically, so we are stocking up on ammunition.
The first wave of enemy drones took a different route, but the shift isn't over. The anti-aircraft crew awaits new intelligence. Yevhen, the gunner of the unit, says he never leaves his post for even a minute. How does the weather affect your accuracy?
It's best when there's no wind, calm and quiet. But in general, the thermal imaging system detects the heat emitted by a Shahed in flight, making it visible.
As midnight approaches, a Shahed drone appears in their sector. Is it really heading straight for us?
Yes, look here, that's the target and we're right here.
And it's moving?
Yes, that's it moving.
The crew determines the drone's position acoustically. As it gets closer, they open fire.
Fire.
After the night shift, the crew gets only a few hours of rest before starting again in the morning.
Now we're heading to reload, and just a few hours we'll be deploying to engage ground targets. That's our daily routine, 24/7 operations. We do our best, all for victory.
Last month, the anti-aircraft gunners of the 115th Brigade successfully shot down 4 Shahed drones. Additionally, they have destroyed loitering munitions and kamikaze drones. Reported by Alyona Grimova, Yevhen Karmazin from Donetsk region, UATV News.
The Viking is an amphibious all-terrain vehicle, the BVS-10, originally designed for UK Marines operating in Arctic and desert conditions. Now it's aiding Ukraine's defense forces on battlefield. Specifically, it's being used by the Ukrainian Navy's 1st Battalion of the 40th Separate Coastal Defense Brigade. Snow, mud, swamps. Viking overcomes all obstacles. This tracked vehicle is highly versatile. It can be used for medical evacuation or the fire support vehicle, including for assault units.
This vehicle is designed for transporting personnel and various supplies. We can also use it to deliver ammunition. We've had it for a short time. We've been using it in combat operations for a month and a half now.
The BvS-10 Viking has been in production in Sweden since 2006. In 2023, it was first introduced into Ukrainian armed forces. Serviceman Oleg explains that he quickly learned to operate it. The vehicle consists of two parts, the front section weighing 5 tons and the second section weighing 3.5 tons.
A drive shaft transmits power to the rear section. The engine is in the front section. It's quite fast and more maneuverable than other similar vehicles.
What's its top speed?
The maximum we've reached is 78-79 km per hour.
Similar vehicles are used by the armed forces of Sweden, Germany, Austria, France and the UK. Ukraine received several dozens Vikings as military aid from the Netherlands. One of its key advantages is its ability to traverse water obstacles and navigate minefields with ease. Its armor provides protection against bullets and shrapnel.
Наша конструкція разом з ВТЗ.
We reinforced the vehicle's structure and added mine protection against scattered mines used to contaminate our territory. It helps with clearing them, so to speak. We welded additional shielding to protect the rubber tracks. If a track is damaged, it can come off, making the vehicle inoperable. Smoke grenade launchers are installed to create a smoke screen. The vehicle is also equipped with night vision devices.
For fire support, the vehicle is armed with a machine gun, an analog of the American Browning.
Зняв, вистріл. А тут лента вже в нас іде заряджена.
The bolt is loaded, everything is ready to fire, the gun can rotate freely. This part was modified at our request. Originally, the ammo box held only 100 rounds. Our technical team modified it to fit 300 rounds, so you don't waste time reloading, cause anything can happen. 100 is less than 300.
Among Oleg's crewmates is the oldest soldier in the unit, a serviceman with the call sign Dead. He is 51 years old.
Працюємо, як є робота, так і працюємо, як я скажу.
When there's work to do, we do it. We receive an order, we carry it out, whether it's evacuation or resupply. If I see enemy fire, I provide covering fire. We make sure we don't get overwhelmed.
Before the full-scale Russian invasion, he worked in construction. In the first days of the war, he joined the Territorial Defense Forces. A year ago, he transferred to the Marine Corps. At home, Dad has daughters and 7 grandchildren waiting for him.
Вже внучки старші, 14.
My eldest granddaughter is already 14, finishing 9th grade. She told me, "Grandpa, end the war and be there for my graduation."
He recalls that some of the toughest battles took place in Donbass, especially near Toretsk.
Саме ближче на СПшки були то.
At one observation post, we were just 100 meters from the enemy. At night, we could even hear them arguing among themselves. I spent 11 days there. If you haven't seen it, you won't understand. I'd say it's better not to see it at all. But if the enemy comes to our land, we must defend our country. If not us, then who?
Since late 2024, the 40th Separate Coastal Defense Brigade has been carrying out combat operations in the Kherson sector. The soldiers say that thanks to modern military equipment, their missions on this part of the front are far more effective.
Буде перемога.
Victory will be ours.
Reported by Katerina Bastun, Daria Litovchenko, UATV News.